That is such cool music. I mean, it makes you want to just sit and smoke marijuana. Get in touch with that tune. That's really good. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. Is there anybody here from another unity? We do this because we're supposed to be very polite when people from another unity come in. Okay, is there anybody here for the first time? All right, no? Oh, there. Raise your hands up high. We've got a fabulous gift for you. Here they come. They're going to give you these gifts. Keep your hand up high if you're here for the first time. All right. She saw more hands. Keep your hands up. All right. Don't let them get away. All right. For new people, you're in the right place at the right time because you're going to be able to listen to one of the really amazing ministers in the Unity movement who filters through from her life the truths that absolutely will make your life truly worth living. So look forward to this talk coming your way by Reverend Syntysche.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity today. I have a few announcements for you. We have a potluck next week after the second service. You just bring a dish to share, and then we all have community, and we eat together and make new friends and just enjoy ourselves. So that's next week. We are doing the board elections right now, and so if you could please vote, the sheets are out in the lobby, and you need to pick 5 seats. So just read through the bios and let Spirit move through you to pick the perfect, combination of what we're going to get on the board. And we also have the open source meeting today at 12:30 in the bookstore, which is for ages 18 to 30. So it's a free group, and it's just a spiritual inspiration group where they just talk about deep questions in their heart and about spirit and phenomenon and all these wonderful things. That's a really free, beautiful space for these young people to have a support system and community as well. So this is Steve Sheets. This is our time for prayer. We know that we're going to get in the presence. There is pieces of paper in the pew in front of you, and you can write a name down, and Steve Sheets, who's the head of our prayer partners, will come down and collect those pieces of paper and put them in our prayer box where they'll be prayed over for 30 days and then sent off to Silent Unity. But we like to sing this song and come into the presence and leave the world outside these doors. They say to sing is to pray twice, so join us. Be the Lord.
Made a long time.
Okay, let's just stop. Were you guys playing a different song? Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. I didn't notice it while I was talking. All right, let's try that again.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. God
So it is. All right, now we're going to invite the entertainment club up and we're going to sing Creator. And even if you weren't at the rehearsal, just join us and sing with us, Lavinia. Was that song in the key that we usually do it in? Oh, okay.
Well, they have three.
Good to know. Groovy. We are down a sound guy, a PowerPoint person, and a lighting person. So we've got a little bit of like multiple things going on at the same time. So there's room for error. So please forgive anything that you watch because we're not an organized religion and we're really proud of that actually. And you can join us and sing with us as well.
Can move the mountains, bring good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. We feel the light beaming through, it is guiding our way. Creator can move the mountains, bring good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. We feel the light beaming through, it is guiding our way. Creator can move the mountains, bring good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. We feel the light beaming through, it is guiding our way. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. Here's the band. Woo! Creator can move the mountains, bring good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. We feel the light beaming through, it is guiding our way. Creator can move the mountains, bring good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. We feel the light beaming through, it is guiding our way. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light and let the whole world see. Shine your light through me. Shine your light through me. Shine your light through me. One more time, here we go. Shine your light through me.
I can hear you guys singing. You are great. Let's all say thank you, God, for this beautiful day. And stand up and meet one another, and let's get each other's names and get some connection with others. And pat yourselves on the back and say, thank you, God, for me. Now we have a chance to listen to our in-house rock group. Let's have a warm unity welcome for Ravenwolf.
This song goes out to Mr. Larry,
Mike wasn't proceeding to the music.
very good friend of mine, good friend of all of ours. And I know he's listening. Crossroads seem to come and go. Oh, the gypsy rides from coast to coast, knowing many but loving none, bearing sorrow, having fun. But I know he's on the run, sweet Melissa. Freight trains, each car looks the same, all the same. That gypsy's name. No one hears his lonely sigh. There are no blankets where he lies, but in his deepest dream the gypsy flies with sweet Melissa. Again the morning's come, again he's on the run, running through his hair, pretending not to have a care. So pick up your gear and gypsy, roll on and on and on and on. Crossroads, will you ever let him go? No, no, no. Will you hide the dead man's ghost? Will he lie beneath the clay? Will his spirit shy away. But I know that he won't stay without Melissa. But I know that he won't stay without Melissa.
Yeah, I mean, that's like good questions.
We love you, Larry.
Thank you. Wow, that was rousing. That was amazing. It's hard to like sit and not dance to music like that. We were back there dancing, so always know that you're welcome to dance in this auditorium. We like to dance, we like to sing, we like to move, we like to celebrate and enjoy this beautiful life, especially with a couple like that. Can you imagine having that partnership where you're playing music like that in your living room and all of your favorite numbers and all that? It's a super special blend. It's special because they have that like connection. It's amazing. So today my talk title is The Questions We Carry. Okay, hold on. What do we got here? Was that part of the song? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm doing my own stuff today. Goody. So, The Questions We Carry, a Journey Toward Wholeness. And this topic came up for me because I was sitting with some deep contemplative questions myself this week with just, life. I think we're all kind of experiencing that there's a lot of trials going on for people, and especially with the Scorpio full moon, and it brought in a lot of emotions, a lot of things that might have not been completely healed within us. And the whys, which we know we should probably never ask why stuff happens, because it's kind of fleeting. We have to kind of live with the presence that stuff just happens, right? We lost our beloved piano player of over 35 years, Larry Morrison, 2 weeks ago. And he had retired from the piano about a year ago, but was singing with us in the entertainment club. And he fell sick in like the last month, and he crossed over very, very quickly. So it was a deep loss for our community, and it was a deep loss for our family, too. And you just go, you don't want to ask why, because he was so healthy and he was so perfect, and I guess it was just his time, right? And so it's those kind of deep contemplative questions that, he was finally retired. It was time to play. It was now time to adventure and explore, and I guess that wasn't in the cards. So that's kind of where the sermon came from. So I'm going to begin today by asking a few questions that perhaps you've quietly asked yourself. Like, why am I here? Or will I ever feel truly whole? How do I find peace when life feels so uncertain? These aren't just fleeting thoughts. They are the kind of questions that stir something deep within us. They don't come to trouble us, they come to wake us up. They are in many ways spiritual invitations, doorways into the deeper journey of self-discovery, healing, and connection with the divine. They are spiritual invitations, nudges from the soul, asking us to slow down, listen, and awaken. In Unity, we don't see these questions as problems. We see them as part of the sacred journey inward. Myrtle Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, once asked in a moment of deep illness, "If I am a child of God, why am I sick?" She didn't silence the question. She brought it into the light of truth. When Myrtle had a divine inspiration or transformation while attending a talk by E.B. Weeks, where he said the words, "I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness." So Myrtle went on to affirm those words constantly through her mind, body, and spirit, and healing followed, not just for her body, but for her soul. She didn't wait for an outside miracle. She became the miracle by turning inward. She didn't wait for an outside miracle. She turned it inward and became the miracle in action, right? Her healing wasn't just physical. It was mental, emotional, and deeply spiritual. And it birthed the Unity movement. Her healing from tuberculosis, this is where Unity came from, was this miracle. And people all over this country prayed with Myrtle, and Myrtle helped people come back to full healing in mind, body, and spirit through the thoughts and the words we hold in mind. That's why when we have these deeply reflective questions, it's good to sit and let them percolate within us and let them start to be a journey inward to grow so that we may find what is it all about? Because this is a mystery, but it's a mystery to be solved within us, and it's different for all of us. The discovery is our own unique journey, right? When Charles Fillmore saw his wife's transformation, he didn't ask, what medicine did she take? He asked, what truth did she realize? What truth did she realize? And that's what set him on his own path of metaphysical study and spiritual discipline. When we begin asking these deep questions, especially in the areas of life where we feel unfulfilled, disconnected, or restless, we begin to uncover beliefs and patterns that no longer serve us. If we allow these questions to percolate, to stretch us rather than scare us, something begins to shift. We open the door to discovering a new truth about ourselves and the incredible creative power of the mind. This week, I had an experience that brought one of those old beliefs into the light. In a conversation I was having with my secretary, Heather, I had a situation happen a few weeks ago with my brother where he made a decision. I'm not going to go into the details of it. He made a decision where he just did something that was so uncool towards me in the decision that he made. Let's just put it that way. And it really, really deeply hurt me. And so it just rolled off my tongue when she said, how could he have done this? Like, this is what Heather said, and I'm not going to say which brother. And I said, these are the words that came out of my mouth. I've spent my whole life having the people closest to me not have my back. It's just a karmic thing this lifetime, Heather. When the opportunity comes up for family or close friends to stand up for me, they don't. Wow, that's a belief to have. I'm sure that's doing great things for my life. Right? But it's those moments where, and this is what spirituality is, it's when something rolls off so naturally off of our tongue. And something, the seer within us goes, whoa, wait, right? Where is that belief coming from, right? So I walked out of her office and I was like, I bore witness to my own belief. Later, when I was alone, I asked myself, do I need to believe that anymore? Even though this really did happen, and these are things that have happened all my life, and I've just kind of been able to resolve it within myself by saying it's a karmic thing this lifetime. Like, maybe it's just something that I'm supposed to feel very self-assured and everything and not have to lean on a lot of people. And I talked about that last week a little bit too. In that moment, I realized just how deeply this belief had shaped my experience of the world. It had created a filter through which I interpreted so many relationships. And the result was a sense of unsafety, disconnection. Because the mind will always work to prove our beliefs true, even if those beliefs hurt us. Who has experienced that? So if you have a lower belief, do you keep having outer circumstances that prove to you that it's actually true? Or is it the opposite of what we're putting energetically out there, so we're drawing towards ourselves this negative experience? It's a good question to ask ourselves. We're in the contemplation of questions, right? So in the light of awareness, I could finally ask, is this belief part of the truth of who I am, or is it something I'm now ready to release? Right? Because it's not serving me. And I just had to be with it for a little bit, and it was just good that it rolled off my tongue, and Heather kind of looked at me like, whoa, that's heavy. And then I could be there, I was like, that is heavy. And that's not the lens I look through my life anymore. That's an old set of standards. That's an old limited belief about how worthy I am of having people have my back, right? That I know that I'm worthy of that now, but I'm still carrying something from the past. And this is what spiritual growth looks like. It's not always instant or easy. Sometimes it's one moment of self-awareness at a time. But in each moment, we are given the power to choose again. Peace isn't found in control, it's found in release. Peace isn't found in control. Peace is found in release. And that's why we give ourselves an opportunity to look at these beliefs and go, are we ready to release them so that we may attract a different experience, right? So I'm going to invite you to ask yourself a few questions to gently reflect on these questions with yourself right now. And this is, ask yourself this: is there an area of my life where I keep experiencing the same kind of struggle or pain? What story do I tell myself about that situation? What do I believe about myself when that happens? Who told me that belief? Where did I learn it? Is it still true? Am I willing to see this differently? Byron Katie, who's an amazing spiritual teacher out in the world, developed a method of self-inquiry called the work, which involves asking 4 questions to challenge and reframe stressful beliefs. The first thing you ask yourself when you're in this belief system that is no longer serving you, say, is it true? Is it true? Then the next question is, can you absolutely know that it's true? The third question is, how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? Who would you be without that thought or belief, right? Because is it empowering you, this thought, or is it disempowering you? That's really the question. Does it make you feel upset and sad or fearful, or does it make you feel excited, this thought and belief system? That's how we can gauge when it's good for us, right? These questions are designed to help people identify and question thoughts that cause suffering, offering a path to greater clarity and peace. Overall, these questions identify the truth of your belief, your relationship to that belief, the emotional consequences of holding it, and the liberating possibility of letting it go. These are the questions we carry, and it prompts the journey towards wholeness. These are the questions we carry, and it prompts the journey towards wholeness. So I'm going to ask you guys, I've got a microphone, I was going to come down here, if anybody would like to share something that's on your heart, a belief or a deep question on your heart today that you're willing to put out to the universe for healing. Anybody that wants to speak it out to the universe so that you can let it go today, and let us all be here to collectively pray for you and release it. All right, well then, I don't have any of you. You know, if I had, there's a few, oh, okay, here we go, great. And Mike, I'm grabbing this microphone right here. Testing, okay, it's working.
So, I'm not exactly sure how, the belief part, but it's something I do. So there's belief, and we can help me figure it out. But
Wait, hold on 1 second. We're going to turn up the mic here. Okay, it's on.
okay, so I do this thing where I do things I don't necessarily want to do because I know it'll make somebody else happy, or I think it'll make somebody else happy. So I guess the belief might be, I don't know, I guess they won't want to be my friend or love me if I don't do this thing.
Right, if you don't exhaust yourself towards that friendship.
Yeah, like I might do something really scary, like go on a really scary climb up a mountain where I think I'm going to die.
Well, you don't want to do it, right. And you didn't say no. It's called a boundary.
But then I start thinking like, well, maybe I'm supposed to do it to challenge myself or to grow, or, because then I do grow and I do overcome my fear. But other things might be, I don't know, like joining something that I wasn't sure I wanted to do. But to support somebody else's cause, or so it's that kind of like
Finding your voice and like, because it's good to stretch ourselves, but are you leaving shaky because it hit like a trauma response, right? There's that fine line.
Yeah, it's like finding that balance. I mean, because it's these things that are not exactly super clear, right? It's not like something some things are really clear to me, do this or don't do this. These are more in that area that's not so clear. Like, they're not necessarily bad things, but there's maybe something where I'm not sure I want to do it.
So like, do you take the holy pause to leave the vibration of it so you can listen to Eva, listen to you, and not what somebody else is trying to get you to do? And take that spaciousness, enough of it, so that you can actually listen to your heart?
Yeah, like, I mean, I do try to do that. And then, like, sometimes I just still end up doing and I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm supposed to do the thing. I think it's going to be okay. But
you're betraying yourself.
I might be betraying myself. I'm not exactly sure. It's like a little, these are like difficult.
So these are those deep questions we hold, and so we bring them to meditation.
Yeah.
Because you and I are around the same age. It's our turn now to be heard, right? And to be respected. And to not be pushed to do things that we're not comfortable with. So let's hold each other in that space. And I'll support you, and you can support me because you're telling my story right now. Who else can relate with her? Right? All of us can relate with that. So thank you for sharing. Does anybody else have something in your heart that you'd like to share?
Hi. I have ADHD, so I think I have this narrative of work can be painful, and I can't handle the pain very well, even though I do work a lot. But I have a negative perspective about my capacity and my ability to have control over my brain.
Right, okay. So maybe you could start speaking to more power into how amazing your brain is. Yeah. It's exactly the brain you're supposed to have, and it's yours to embrace. And maybe when you speak about work, get excited and start using affirmative things like, I'm going to kill it today. I love this. I don't get overwhelmed by this, right? Speaking the opposite of what you're actually feeling so that your brain goes, oh, we do? And you might feel more joy around it, right? Because affirmations are spinning away from the thing that's talking us out of enjoying it. Because we all have to work. So why don't we enjoy it, right?
Don't tell yourself it's going to be painful.
Yeah. It's like waking up going, I don't want to do this day, versus I can't wait to do this day. And you notice how much better it goes. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Oh, and I'll come to you.
Similar to the first one, I have this belief that I can't be loved unless I'm giving my time and my finances and my energy. And I just tell myself, if I'm not the one to give, no one will keep me around and I'll be forgotten. And I can't seem to change that thought.
Yeah. I can feel that with you. Can I give you a hug? Because you are enough, and you don't have to do all that. You need to come talk to me. So you'll come in for a little private session.
I resonate with so much of this. I think for me, the really honest, vulnerable thing that's at the core of all of it is this feeling of I'm not good enough. And I want to release that.
Yeah.
Let that one go. And remember that I'm a perfect child of God and I'm the light.
You are, yes. Why do we have that underlying statement that we're not enough? Where does that come from? Who feels that? Who's felt that in their life? Right? Pretty much everybody has felt that at some point. That is the first thing we need to tackle when it comes to our spiritual work, is addressing that. Because you are enough. Because you're made in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, you are perfect. right? We are made in the image and likeness of God, therefore we're perfect children of God. Jesus wasn't the only separate, perfect Son of God. We are that. That Christ example is us. An expression when we're not loving ourselves and we're not feeling worthy, we are actually putting down the very essence of what God is. Because we are that expression. So let's take that in our heart here. So unity has 5 principles, and it's the framework for the wholeness of this practice. The Fillmores gave us a path, and it's encoded in unity's 5 principles. These aren't just theological ideas, they are spiritual tools that help us carry, live with, and eventually be transformed by the questions we carry. The first principle of the unity principles, oh boy, did I turn this off somehow? All right, I'll just read it. It goes like this. There is one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. What that principle means is no matter what question you're wrestling with, no matter how hard or confusing, there's a presence of good behind it all. Even your doubt can be held in divine love. Charles Fillmore said, God is not a being with qualities. God is the name we give to all the good we discover in ourselves and others. God is the name we give to all the good we discover in ourselves and others. And principle 2 goes like this. We are co-creators with God. Therefore, we are inherently good. This is a really, really important one because this addresses all of it, everything that was just shared here. We are co-creators with God. Therefore, we are inherently good. So that's the first thing to address, is God is good, so therefore we are good. So can we start addressing and recognizing when we're really, really proud of ourselves and starting to speak strength and beauty and power into all the ways we unfold in this world, right? Your soul is not broken, is what that's saying. You are not here to be fixed. You are here to remember the wholeness that is already within you. That wholeness, once we really realize that wholeness, you're going to transform and you're going to attract a beautiful partner, a beautiful life. You're going to say no when you need to, and you're not going to betray yourselves anymore. And you're going to live from this divine potential where you realize it's endless. This potential is endless through you as you. But we have to address that we are co-creators with God, therefore we are inherently good. Can we say that together? We are co-creators with God. Therefore, we are inherently good. Okay. So, the role of questions in spiritual growth. Questions like, am I enough? Is this pain trying to teach me something? What does healing really look like for me? These are not distractions from the path. They are the path. Myrtle didn't silence her questions. She prayed with them. Charles didn't hide from his questions. He studied, meditated, and kept returning to divine mind. In unity, we affirm that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. But it's not about suppressing hard thoughts. It's about transforming them by lifting them to a higher level of consciousness. So let's reframe. Can you get this next slide up? Thank you. Doubt is not failure. It's a doorway. Confusion is not weakness, it's sacred curiosity. Longing is not lack, it's your spirit remembering what's true. Longing is not lack, it's your spirit remembering what is true. So, after we reframe that, we can think about doubt is not failure, it's a doorway. Confusion is not weakness. Longing is not lack. And one of the greatest unity ministers of all time was Catherine Ponder, who wrote Prosperity Secrets of the Ages, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. I've taught all those classes. If you've been around here, you've taken these classes from me. And they're the most transformative prosperity classes, which are not about money only. It's about mind, body, and spirit, and wholeness, really, what this talk is about. But she says that it's quoted from Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, your longing is your desires. Wait, hold on. Your longing or your desires are God knocking at the door of your soul saying there's so much more for you. Right, where we tend to think longing is kind of pining and trying to grasp for things outside of us, but longing is actually a heart thing. It's saying don't stay stuck in limitation and think that you just get the scraps from somebody. You get to get the whole kit and caboodle. You deserve to get all that love that you're giving back. That's what it's saying. Your soul is longing because you have to love yourself enough to attract somebody that loves themselves enough to treat you with love. Right? We have to learn that. We can't go into things broken and think somebody else is going to fix it for us. Because if we go in fragmented, we're going to attract fragmented people. Hurt people hurt people. Healed people heal people. And sometimes it's good to not be in a relationship until we can work on being the co-creators with God and recognizing that we are then inherently good and have the power to heal ourselves in mind, body, and spirit. We also have the modern echoes from Ram Dass, Eckhart Tolle, and the present moment, spiritual teachers across traditions echoing the Fillmore's understanding. Ram Dass said, treat your life as a spiritual curriculum. Even the painful parts are lessons of awakening. Eckhart Tolle teaches that peace isn't something we earn after solving everything. It's found in the stillness underneath the mind's noise. You are not your thoughts, you are the awareness behind them. So what if the real answer is not out there, but within the quiet awareness that watches the questions arise? So then we go on to the Unity fourth principle, and it goes like this, and you should have that up there. Through prayers and meditation, we align our heart-mind with God. Denials and affirmations are tools we use. Who knows what a denial is? Who's ever taken a Unity class in here? Yeah, we got to get some more Unity classes going for sure. Because this is such incredible material because it transforms your lives. It's amazing, right? So through prayer and meditation, we align our heart and mind with the higher consciousness, which is God. And denials and affirmations are tools we use. Denials is denying the presence of something off in your life. Denying that that has any power over you anymore. Like denying your low self-esteem. Denying that you're no longer going to be treated like crap. Denying that there's even the image of something going wrong and affirming its healing. Affirming, I am so grateful, God, that everything's going to work out. I'm so grateful, God, that I'm going to get this job. And you deny the placement of you not getting hired so many times, and now you're in fear, and so you're living in this fear, so you keep attracting that you're not getting the job. You deny the presence of that having any power in your life. And affirming the gratitude that this is coming to you. You move the energy into your words and your mind power, and you'll watch the shift happen. Are you following me? Okay. So I want to share a funny story, and I asked my mom if I could share this story because I've been singing with my mom forever. And she and I used to do set songs for hours at a time, sitting on the stage and leading meditations, and we have CDs, and we've done music for years and years and years we did. Now that I'm in the ministerial role, I don't have the time to do that anymore, but my mom always had this paranoia that somehow the sound techs didn't care about her sound as much as mine. Like somehow with our singing, she just had this like idea in her head that like the mics always didn't work. They really didn't. Like they would not come on, and mine would be like honking and working, and her microphone. I'm just going to give you the funniest example. So Larry, who was our piano player, who unfortunately we lost him this last week, was with us. We had a full rehearsal. We were sitting on Zaffus. We had boom mics just like these that were sitting, and we did a full rehearsal for an hour and ran all 10 numbers that we were singing that day. Everything's great. Everything's fine. We leave, we get some tea, and we come back to the Zaffus, and now there's a crowd here. And her mic is in front of her, just sitting there, but it's like not where you can touch it. It's just there ready to do the sound. And I started this number, so I'm singing into mine. And the second she opened her mouth, the mic started going like this. I'm not even kidding. It just started going like this, away from her. All the way to here. Then it drops down like this. and the mic slips out and hits the floor. I am dying because I've watched her manifest this reality, and Larry, I look at Larry, he's crying because thoughts held in mind. I mean, as hysterical as that was, and obviously I didn't know what we were laughing about, but it was because we all watched Norma's microphone not work all along. But mine, because I don't have the belief, my microphone never had that problem. She also does have an electrical thing where she does break computers and stuff. You know how there's people like that, machinery doesn't work well with them, so it's partially that too. But this physical demonstration from the universe to prove what she was holding and harboring in her mind, it was awesome. I just love that stuff because the universe is funny. It's actually humorous, right? So it's good to look back on where you see that you keep proving to yourself that you're not lovable, right? When we hold that, you'll keep having outer circumstances that are going to come to you and prove to you you aren't lovable until you love yourself enough and you have a different experience. It goes with healing the physical body. It goes with loving your job and finding joy in it and knowing your brain is just exactly what it's supposed to be. Right? Speaking to, because we were made in the image and likeness of God, and we're perfect just the way we are. Even if somebody told you something different, you only experience what you're telling yourself in your deepest, quietest moments. This is your chance to come back to self and become aware at the beauty God made you perfectly in expression, and to feel that wholeness, to feel that love of the universe that's constantly waiting to support and guide your life. Today you can leave and hold that space for yourself. Join the heart and the mind with a higher state of consciousness and start to decree the healed results of the things that are no longer serving. It's time. You can transform your life immediately if you're willing to take the time to love yourself enough to spend time with self and get really, really honest. And you might find there's a lot of tears, and tears are good because tears are cleansing and tears are truth. So I want to just take you into a short meditation so I have so much more sermon. I'm going to continue on this next week because I only made it like 4 pages of this sermon. So come back for the rest of it. And if we could get some music, Mike. So let's just take a moment now to find a comfortable position on our seats. Let your hands rest gently and close your eyes and allow your body to begin to settle. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently release. And again, inhale peace. Exhale anything you don't need to hold on to right now. Let the breath guide you into stillness. Feel yourself arriving here fully. Let the outer world grow quiet as the inner world begins to open. Now bring to mind one question you carry. A question that's been stirring in your heart. It may be big or small. It may be ancient or newly formed. Just gently name it in your mind without judgment. Let it arise like a visitor at your door. You don't need to chase it away, and you don't need to fix it. Just be with it. Let it sit beside you, held in love. Now take a deep breath into your heart space. Feel the breath opening the doorway to something deeper. Not a mental answer, but a spiritual presence. And hear these words of Myrtle Fillmore softly spoken to yourself. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness or fear or separation. Let that truth settle in your bones. You are not your confusion. You are not your doubt. You are the awareness behind it all. You are divine. And in this stillness, say silently, I trust the questions I carry are leading me home. I trust the questions I carry are leading me home. I do not need to rush to answers. I need only to be present. Feel how spacious that is. How loving. How safe. Your question is not a problem. It is a pathway. It is drawing you into deeper connection with your own wholeness. And now let's breathe in once again. And with your breath, invite clarity. Not certainty, but clarity of heart. Clarity that says, I am held. I am loved. I am guided. And from Charles Fillmore's words, allow this truth to rise within you. The highest form of prayer is silently sitting in the presence of God, listening. So listen. Now gently bring your attention back to your breath. Feel the ground beneath you, the steadiness of this moment. And when you are ready, bring your hands to your heart. Feel the warmth of your own presence, the strength of your own spirit. And when you're ready, open your eyes and know this. Your questions are sacred. You are already whole. And the journey you are on is holy. Claim your divine presence. Claim your divine holiness. And say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Amen.
Always expanded. I sit there and listen to my daughter, who I watched to grow up and grow, expanded herself. So beautiful just to listen to the divine speak through her and to enliven and give to other people the insights that really help us make our lives whole and wholesome. And that's what's going on here, and I'm so pleased to be a part of this with her. And so now, and I'm talking to the people that are watching this online, live stream. It's easy, I know, because when you're watching television, you can just get up, walk away, go to the kitchen, get a cup of tea or get a donut, come back and watch another program. But if you're watching this program on your screen, whether it's your computer or your TV, you're watching it because you're interested in gaining some insights into how to make your life work more harmoniously, more effectively, more beautifully. And you have done the right thing, because that's all we're about doing here. You know, we pray and meditate and seek ourselves to be channels of the truth that heals people's lives. So if you're doing that and you're tuning in, whenever you're watching this on live stream or however you're watching it, maybe later on in the week on YouTube, you should really consider supporting it financially. So I'm asking you to really pray deeply within yourself to see if you can find your way clear of each week you watch, at least send a donation, or at the end of a month, or become a recurring donor, so that you can be sure you're giving something to Unity as you tune in and gain the insights you're seeking into life. And so you will appreciate your giving because it will so bless you in the long run. Everyone here can bring into their hands, into their minds, because we have recurring tithers here, people that give out their credit card on a regular basis, which is very helpful to us in budgeting what we do. So all of this, we have gratitude for that. And as we bring these tithes into our minds, into our hands, let's bless them with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. Oh, we have Ravenwolf back. I must say, I don't want to joke around today. I really have to bow to your ability to play that instrument, guitar. It is so, you do so well.
Thank you very much.
That's-
Thank you.
that's
Jack
so
has let me add 2 more strings to my guitar now, so I'm up to 6 strings. I'm very proud to have graduated
That's okay.
to this. Thank you very much for passing me after all these years. Thank you.
Okay, you passed.
4 strings was a lot, and now I'm 6, so I'm overjoyed.
We'd like to send out a prayer to Kentucky with this song. Sing along with us if you know it.
Mr. John Prine.
Child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born, to a backwoods old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are born. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Armory Hill, where the air smelled like snakes. We'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber and stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken. They wrote it all down as the progress of men. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
When I die, let my ashes flow down the green river. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Mike.
band.
Cool song. Wow, amazing. All right, well, if you have a challenge today and you'd like to share it with a prayer partner, there's prayer partners available to you. You just stay seated in the seat at the closing of our service, and they will come and pray with you. I will have my discussion group right after the service in the back of the sanctuary. It's just a circle up where we just share what's on our hearts, maybe something that has to do with a sermon or just something that's on your hearts and you'd like to talk with others about it. All right, we have the potluck next week, so make sure you come to that, and we have voting for the board. So please stop and vote today. Next week we'll be counting after the second service and see who won, who got voted in. All right, we're going to just do I release and let go. Here we go. Let's all stand. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. How's your turn? Let's hear you. You guys sound awesome.
Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith